Hey folks, today we're talking about Hogan assessments. Specifically, what is it looking for? Why does one person pass versus one person fail? And how do you prep for it? So I'm going to spend the next minute or two answering those three questions, and then at the end we're going to talk about links that we're providing so you can get more information about specifically what the test is looking for and what is it measuring. So first things first, the Hogan assessment is testing for what they call the light sides of your personality. So those are the attributes about you that make you successful at work. That's the creativity, the leadership, the decision making, things like that. The other thing that they're testing for is what they call the dark sides of your personality. Those are the attributes that when you're put under stress, create conflict and create problems for you at work, okay? So think about it this way. Someone who's normally very, very organized, right, in a high stress situation becomes a micromanager. That's what they're looking for. When do the positives become the negatives in high stress? So these tests take approximately 30 to 40 minutes to take, okay? And fundamentally, you cannot pass or fail the test. And the reason for that is it's not a psychological exam, meaning it is not checking for whether or not you are crazy. So you can be crazy and pass the test and get hired by an airline. What it's testing for is what they call personality fit. So they're trying to make sure that your personality of craziness fits in with the craziness of the company you're trying to get hired by, basically. Make sense? All right, great. So when you take one of these Hogan tests, right? And this is something we get called on all the time. I took a Hogan test for airline A, and then I took a Hogan test for airline B. I passed at A, I failed at B. Why is that? Because this test is not scoring you on a pure pass or fail. It's scoring you on a spectrum in terms of where do you fit culture-wise between, let's call it 0 and 10. So if company A was looking for somebody that scored between a 3 and a 7, and you hit 5, right? Boom, you make it on through. But if company B was looking for a number 1 through 3 and you scored a 5, you don't make it through. So if that makes sense, you can take the same test 3 times for 3 different airlines and answer the questions the exact same way, and 2 of them you're going to make it through and 1 of them you're not. And the reason has nothing to do with how you answered the questions and everything to do with how your personality fits within that airline. Which brings me to how to prepare for these tests. So there are 2 types of questions on this test, basically, to keep things simple. One question that is looking to check for your light sides and your dark sides of your personality, and a second type of question called a control question. This is a question that's looking to see, are you being deceptive, okay? Some of these questions are somewhat easy to spot. They'll deal in absolutes, things like, do you always follow the rules? Or do you always break the rules? Okay? When they take these control questions paired with the normal questions, they put those together to see, are you being deceptive? Are you telling them what you think they want to hear? And if the answer is yes, it takes your test and throws it in the garbage. That's why when you read online about the advice of read the question, answer the question, and move on, it's the best advice out there. Because at the end of the day, that is how you are going to most accurately answer the question so that the test scores your personality right, number 1. And number 2, it's going to make sure that you don't fail any of those control questions. Which is why the advice that we give is crack open 2 diet sodas and listen to 30 minutes of Kenny G right before you take the test. All right, guys. There's plenty more on this topic. If you scroll down to the description section, you're going to see links that we provided to Hogan's website that talks more in depth about the types of questions they use, what it is that they're scoring for, and how it is that the test actually works. Please take a look down there, click on the links, head over to Hogan, read more about it, and if you have any questions, give us a call. Talk soon. Thanks for watching, folks. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button to keep up to date on the latest pilot hiring trends and strategies you can use to jumpstart your career. Fly safe.